this is the exciting period now for the center. For a long time, a lot of people thought about the GDIB, and now we're having a renaissance of the center coming up to speed and bringing its prominence up forward. And my role here is to make sure that people know that beyond the GDIB, we have the center that is now tackling 4 strategies. The first strategy is basically about us actually looking at the global presence and making a local impact. And what I mean by that is for us now to establish ourselves by having a presence out there in the globe. To be truly global, we need to not be speaking from one part of the world. We need to speak in all parts of the world. And so having ourselves look into building chapters in different continents is a very, very important part of our work coming soon. Discussions already way, it's already in our plan. The other element is for us to raise our level at a global level, and that means be at meetings and summits to make change. That means we're looking at our presence at Earth summits, at the Davos meetings, at the World Economic Forums. We want to be there in that presence where such conversations are happening, or if they're not, we want to make sure it is there, because only when you have it in those conversations, it trickles down and percolates into other conversations and people take it up into mainstream media. So that's a very powerful element that's happening. We already have we have the strategies already laid out. It's been approved by the board. This is the first strategy, and it's led by one of our board members. The second strategy we're looking forward is basically our renewed sustainability. And what that means is basically that we need to build a brand. And right now, the center's brand is such that the research has shown that it's a lot more associated with the GDIB, but we need to build a brand to be known as the DEI, our uniqueness in terms of DEI. One of the things that we bring as a center is the fact that we have a global network. Our global reach is there. People from all over the world want to be associated with us. We hold webinars that come forward from people from different parts of the world. Our newsletters, research from different parts of the world. So we offer a very truly global essence in terms of DEI. So strategy number 2 is about renewed sustainability, and that's for us to sustain ourselves over the next 3 years, 5 years, in order to get the work done. And what that means is we're going to be conducting events, activities. We'll be having functions, forums, where we're going to link up the fact that our brand is going to grow, but also we're going to increase our fundraising. And that's a very key element to our organization, because only when you build a fundraising and sustain ourselves, we can do a lot more for the globe. And that could even include offering scholarships, offering opportunities for people to look for jobs, helping people to actually address the DEI aspect. And that's very important and key. The third thing is about our strategy is about the GDIB itself, and we're calling it GDIB 3.0. And what that is all about the fact that we now have realized that a lot of people are using the GDIB, and I mentioned earlier about the PDF. It's a PDF version. We want to digitize it, and we also want to offer certification. But beyond that, we want to build a community of users as well. People all over the world are using the GDIB in different ways, but we want to bring them together. And we want to actually have them have a conversation and compare notes about issues that are going through, some of the plus points, some of the negative points, some of the issues that can make a difference, and learn from each other from different parts of the world. And to make that happen, we call it the GDIB 3.0. We've jumped from 1 to 3 because it's important that we need to bring the people beyond just the form itself. And so that's also being led by another board member. And the last one is about our uniqueness and valueness is strategy number 4, where we're trying to address the human rights issues of DEI. We want to link up with nonprofit organizations that are advocating and building policies on DEI issues. And that means linking up to the mental health institutes, touching on psychologically safety, and also human values. So it's very much at the individual level. And so that's another key element that we're looking at, and we want to push that agenda, because at the end of the day, it's all very well that we are trying to address at a global level, but we also realize at the end of the day, at an individual level, it equally matters. And if you can push an individual matter, the ripple effect will certainly grow to a lot more bigger. And so these four strategies are our pillar for the next 3 years, from 2022 to 2025. And right now we are looking to people out there, all of you, who can actually help us by either volunteering into our efforts, offering whatever material you have, either through your articles, your podcasts, information that you feel that are valuable. And we also welcome in different languages, as long as you're able to also show some information in English, in its dubbing or in subtitles or in a transcript, because that's our default language, but we welcome other languages. And also from the aspect of fundraising, we are serious about fundraising, and I know all nonprofits are looking at it. But remember the fact that we are trying to help you. So the more you give us, it's not about something that you're giving and it goes towards something else, that, for example, a furry animal, or saving the catchment area, or, for example, have ours is a little different. Ours is, the more you help us, the more you're going to help your society, your community, and the fact that every little thing will count. You'll be able to be part of that process. I remember a story whereby I was going through with someone about looking at pictures, and while I was just looking, every picture seemed the same to me. But this person pointed out the fact that, all these pictures actually are different, and said that, do you recognize the fact that all these pictures are only showing the person's right hand? And I was totally startled. I said, it didn't occur to me. And he said, that's we are actually marginalizing the people who are left-handers here. And so just on simple issues like that matters, because the person who's left-handed will recognize it. The person who's not will not. So these are the things we want to do to make sure people are a lot more conscious about where they are. Yeah. So right now we're going to the end of the year, 2023, and we are very seriously looking to raise enough money so that we can push our agenda for 2023, and that's about seeking contributions, financial contributions, so we can sustain ourselves. One of the things I've sent emails to a lot of our people who are followers out there is about our digitization certification. I mentioned this many times, but I just want to make that we are looking at something like about $200,000, so that $150,000 to actually get our GDIB certification starting and $50,000 to get our digitization starting. We're also seeking about $200,000 to help us in our management. Right now, I'm a one-man show. I do have the help of very, very powerful, very, very talented supporters, vendors, consultants, and volunteers. But I'm looking also to build the team, and it is if you're looking at a truly global element, we need to build our management services a lot more. And so that's an area, and I'm looking for about $200,000 to keep us going for the next 1 year.